One thing I noticed, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things right now that's wrong with Canada, right? And I don't think it's just, the government. It's also the spending, right? It's also the fact that we don't have nothing to contribute to our country with. So I'm not saying it like this, bro, but I kind of feel like it'd be better if America did take over. I'm not saying annex Canada or anything like that, but if America did take over Canada, it'd benefit us a lot. You know what I'm saying? America's the richest country ever, so it definitely benefit Canada a lot, bro. Besides that, what has England done for Canada? You know what I mean? What has England really done for us? Nothing. England has done absolutely nothing for Canada. Now, I remember plenty of times when America has actually given us free stuff, right? Canada, we don't have a lot here, bro. We don't. So, we need a difference, dog. And Mark Carney, you ain't fucking doing it, all right? You fucking liberal communist puppet. You want to go around and spend all our fucking money, let crime rampant through the streets, and let nobody stop it. You are a fucking hypocrite. And you know what? The election was stolen. 100% the election was stolen, dog. We all know it. But that's the way it works in this society, bro. It's just fucking sad because I remember when I look at the 1950s. I'm not even saying it like, bro, the 1950s, almost 70 years ago, whatever. But, dude, when you look at it, bro, crime was not like that. You know what I'm saying? There was still crime, but it wasn't like someone could just commit a crime and get away with it, right? Back then, people actually laid the law, dog. There was actually the law. Nowadays, there ain't that. People go and they steal a $1,000 pair of fucking shoes, Nike or Adidas or fucking Puma, but they won't steal a pair of work boots, right? No, they'll steal everything else but a pair of work boots. Speaking of work, bro, most jobs now are only for immigrants. If you think about it, most jobs are just for immigrants. The reason why is because there's an incentive that companies get for hiring immigrants, and they can also pay them less because they're undocumented citizens. But you know what? That's the way our society works. It's fucking corrupt. I don't like having to put it like this, bro, but I feel like Canada needs to do a lot better than what it's doing right now because our country is fucking in debt. We don't have much to offer, and yeah, we're getting embarrassed from the rest of the world, dog. You look at countries like Japan. All right, I'm not using Japan for an example, but look at Japan, dog. Their military is 1,000,000 times better than ours. And do you want to know why? Because Canada doesn't think having a good military is a smart idea, right? We better go and better have free healthcare and things like that. And let me tell you something about free healthcare. It's not really that free. I don't know why they call it free healthcare, bro. Only the basic needs are really covered, right? It's not like you can go and get something very expensive done or even require something, bro. They'll make you pay for it. It's fucked up, but that's the way our world works, dog. That's the way our society is. The reason why America's so rich is because they know how to be dominant. America is number one. I might be born and raised in Canada, but I love America, dog. And for people that want to hate on me for it, bro, check the facts. Now, don't get me wrong, they have the drug crisis in the States, all right? But one thing that I do love about America is the fact that, over here, bro, we can't go and smoke weed in fucking businesses, right? In California, they're allowed to do that, and Nevada. But over here, bro, people can get high in public all they want, right, dog? I seen a guy smoking out of a fucking meth pipe in front of a fucking apartment building, right? It was like the Windsor Tower or something like that. Windsor Tower Apartments, the fuck that thing's called. But still, bro, it's like, why can a dude get high on a fucking meth pipe in public, but if I drink a fucking beer, I get arrested for that? Are you fucking for real? That's the problem right now, dog. It's like we let free crime go and society just rampant, and nobody wants to do anything to stop it, bro. I feel like if we want to make a better country or we want to have better stuff in our country, it's time for us to stand up. Because if we don't, our country's going to continue with this crime. People are going to get shot and stabbed. Criminals are going to go around and steal stuff and not get charged for it. I find it pathetic. It's time for to lay down the law, bro. You look at America, they lay the fucking law down. You can't bro, if you try to steal anything in the States, you get arrested for it now because of district of attorney. But in Canada, we don't have stuff like that. In Canada, we better be a corrupt society run by England, which is funny because we're in the British monarchy. That's why I said if America helped us, we'd be in a lot better shape. We'd have more money, we'd have better fucking healthcare, we'd have a better system for jobs, and we'd have more of a marketplace. But see, there's a thing that Canadians don't want that, bro. So, you know what? I feel like it's time for America to take over Canada. I'm sick and tired of seeing corruption through my country and nobody do a fucking thing about it. It's pathetic. I'm the only one out here standing up for what's right, bro. You know what I mean? I'm the only one out here standing up for what's right. But that's what I do. I fight for freedom of speech. Speaking of freedom of speech, about 2 weeks ago, I was arrested from Windsor Police for wearing a Donald Trump flag, which I find really funny because you can wear a Ukraine or Israel or Palestine or wherever the fuck, right? But you wear a Donald Trump flag and that's a problem? No, it is not. It's called a free country. It's called I have the right to support and believe what I want to believe in. But Windsor Police, they don't think like that, bro. Windsor Police is told from what Mark Carney, and all of a sudden they do what Mark Carney tells them. So, it's time for a better Canada, bro. Because if we don't get a better Canada, America, you got to make us better. One more thing about this, like, Canada and America and all that, bro. I feel like Canada needs freedom of speech, right? We don't have freedom of speech here. We don't even have gun rights, bro. Like, if somebody home invades me and say I defend my property, I get charged for that, right? Not the home invaders, not the guys who broke into my house forcibly and tried to take something. No, I get charged for it. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Whatever happened to self-defense rights, bro? Whatever happened to fucking carrying yourself in public to make sure you don't get fucking robbed? See, this is the problem. Speaking of a robbery, I was robbed back in September 2018. A guy named Miles Ether and his homie Anthony. I went to buy a bag of weed, a dime, all right, cost about $100. They only robbed me for $60 because I spent the other $40. But hey, you know what? That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm sick and tired of seeing my country get destroyed from the inside, bro. It's pathetic, and nobody ever does anything. We just sit here and let it happen and pretend like, oh no, we're gonna do better. Elbows up. How y'all feeling about your elbows up now? You guys have no money to afford nothing, and Mark Carney keeps spending everything and putting it in other countries. So how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel good about it? I hope y'all do. Y'all voted this fucker in, bro. Y'all voted this fucking clown in. Now you fucking deal with it. I can't tell people to vote for Pierre Poilievre to see a better Canada, but no, he didn't want that. People want elbows up, and now look what we got, right? Elbows up, yeah. Look what it did for Canada. Fucking nothing. Why in the fuck is my country this stupid? Unless the election was stolen, then Canadians are just fucking stupid. Like, straight up, bro. How in the fuck do you guys vote for something like this? You know, man, I'll never get how many fucking liberals there are out here, man. There's a lot of conservative / Republicans, which means we're about freedom of speech and being patriotic and loving where we're from for unity. That's what represents the Canadian flag, bro. Same as the American flag or any other nation, bro. It's all about unity. But over here, no, we don't have that. All we have is a bunch of left-wing fucking liberals that want to go and destroy our country. And talk about diversity and inclusion. Let me tell you something about diversity and inclusion. What the fuck's that do for anybody? Nothing. You're only doing that for 10% of fucking audience, bro. Like, that doesn't represent every single fucking citizen. And that's the fucking problem. I'm sick and tired of these socialists, man. These fucking socialists and radical agendas just let Canada get destroyed with crime and fucking rampant through our streets. It's time we do something better. You know what I mean? It's time we do something better, because if we don't, there's going to be another freedom convoy. And let me tell you, the next freedom convoy is going to be a lot bigger than the last one was. Y'all going to see it, bro. Watch. Speaking of the freedom convoy, when the freedom convoy does return, I'm going back in it. And I'm going to fucking fight for my country. Because I am sick and tired of socialists. I am sick and tired of democratic fucking liberals that want to come here and fucking destroy everything. Let crime rampant through the streets. Bro, we need a Second Amendment to protect our lives and protect our houses and protect our values. And we also need the First Amendment to speak on what's wrong. Because when you tell me that I can't say something because it might offend somebody, bro, that's the point of the fucking freedom of speech. That's the whole point of it, right? But then again, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where people are very fucking sensitive and they don't want to be real. They want to be phony. They want to be fake. They want to go around and claim this and that. When I remember back in 2020, I posted a video on my YouTube saying that this virus comes from China. I didn't even say anything about anything to do with the fucking COVID or nothing. I just said the virus comes from China. All of a sudden, 10 minutes later, I get an email from Google saying that my YouTube video has been banned. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We're censoring people. Pathetic. It's time for us citizens to fucking stand up. It's time for the real patriots to stand up, bro. Because if we don't, our country's going to get worse, 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 and worse. Speaking of worse, bro, you want to talk about health minister and being healthy? Look at the people that run our country. They're out of shape. Look at that fucking new health minister. Fucking fat Arabic bitch. Not trying to put it like that, but that's what she is. A fat Arabic bitch. She's all overweight. She has nothing to do with health. No experience of it. You look at America, it's John F. Kennedy's fucking son, bro. What a difference. What a difference, man. Why in the fuck is Canada like this, dog? Why? Why do we allow all this stuff to just ruin our country? We don't fight back and do something for it. It's time for us fucking patriots to fight back, dog. Straight the fuck up. Gonna say it one last time, ladies and gentlemen. If Canada doesn't get help from America, then we're gonna die at some point. The only way Canada's gonna get better is with fucking right people in power, dog. And without the right people in power, we ain't gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? I feel like Canada and America could unite as one and be much better. You know, when you look at the stuff going on in Canada, like I said, with the crime and all that, America, they'll lay the law down, bro. They don't play around the States. But over here in Canada, they just let it go. They don't do nothing about it. That's because we have a socialist agenda here. It's time for a better future, bro. Straight up, it's time for a better future. One more thing I feel like can really benefit Canada, right? You look at the States, bro. America has fucking billions upon trillions of dollars, right? And what do we got? We got nothing, right? We have no money here. We got nothing to stop what's going on, bro. Like I said, if America took over Canada, we'd see a much better country. We'd have a lot better things here. We'd have more money. We'd make fucking thousands of dollars a month compared to making what, $1,500, bro? That's why I said y'all voted elbows up. I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all enjoy it, bro. Y'all want to vote this guy in? Enjoy the consequence. Enjoy the suffering. We needed someone to run Canada and make Canada better, but no, people didn't want that. People wanted some fucking liberalist, communist, socialist agenda. And I hope you're all happy with it, dog. You know, I said it a long time ago, bro. When Justin Trudeau first got elected, bro, I told both my parents, do not fucking vote this guy. I told both of them, bro, back in 2015, dog, do not vote this guy in. And what did they do? Oh, they voted him in, bro. So me, I voted for Andrew Scheer, and I voted for Pierre Poilievre for a fucking reason. Because Canada needs freedom of speech. Canada needs gun rights. Canada needs a spot where we can say, hey, you know what? We're just like America. Maybe we're better. But no, America is obviously the best country ever. We know that. Canada was better at one point when Stephen Harper was prime minister. But no, we voted a fucking liberal in, and look what happened. Our country got destroyed. Our economy got ruined. Jobs went to immigrants. Crime rampant through the streets. And nobody stops it, bro. America has a Second Amendment for a fucking reason. You try to steal something in America, you're going to get fucking shot for it. Over here in Canada, you get charged for it. That's the difference, bro. America, you can protect what's yours. Protect your valuables or whatever. Canada, no, we don't have that, bro. We just have you guys get fucking charged for it. Stupid. That's the way our country works. Is fucking pathetic. But you know what? That's why it takes real patriots to fucking stand up for what's right. Not these fake-ass communist, liberal, fucking socialist puppets. Man, I can't stand the way our fucking society works, dog. You know, they have the saying, make America great again. You know what, Canada? I think it's time to make Canada great again. And check that song on my next album.